Hi, everybody. I'm Skip Alzheimer, and welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show. It's not live as I'm out of town. We've got some great 16 millimeter films for you. This first one is about how great compressed air is. It's a silent film, and it's from the Oregon Archive, and ultimately it came from the Mogul Brothers Archive, which was a archive based in New York City, where I will be and will be processing a giant collection of audiovisual materials, DVDs and VHS tapes, and we'll talk more about that this week. Anyways, let's learn about how great compressed air is for our modern society. Yeah, it's those animations are really something. Um, this next film is for people who are about to get married. Um, I believe it's made in the 40s. The title was clips, and I didn't have that information available, but it kind of shows how different types of personalities exist and how those personalities can be with either gender, which is kind of refreshing to see that it doesn't necessarily ascribe that women are always this way and men are always this way. Um, and the skits in here are pretty great. So this is It Takes All Kinds. Enjoy.
Freedom of choice, a long fought for, hard won freedom. Yet how many of us are really prepared to exercise it? What's she like? Just wonderful. What's he like? Just grand. And although they both may be correct, she may not seem so wonderful for him, nor he so grand for her to an outsider who's considering them as people, not as dreams. For it's hard to see clearly through a haze of emotion, hard to accept the fact that a person will not change just because you love him and want him to change. Different kinds of people can find happiness together, but only when they have the courage to look at each other honestly and can really accept the personality that they find. Personality is fashioned in part by the environment in which it developed, by temperament, by physique, and by intelligence. Such things determine how a person will act, what he wants and what he doesn't want, what he's afraid of and what makes him happy. And people constantly give us clues to their personalities. Moments of tension can often provide insight into the unchangeable core of a personality. They may reveal clues as to how that person will behave at other times. For instance,
we out of gas?
Yep. Oh, God. What do we do now?
Well, there must be a filling station somewhere near here.
I don't know. I didn't look.
watching Mac handle the situation may tell us something about him.
Well, no cars. I guess that means you fellas are gonna have to take a walk. Jim, I think we passed a station about 2 miles back. Why don't you check it?
Okay.
John, why don't you check across the hill? There might be something there. And I'll wait here with the car and we'll all meet here.
Yeah.
The situation seems to be well in hand. Mac has a cool head and the ability to give clear, simple orders. He knows how to save himself, might we say, and his friends don't seem to mind the executive manner. In fact, it gives them a feeling of security. Mac knows what he's doing, they think. He's that kind of a person. But how would a girl react? After all, Mac can't change his spots when he changes company.
Boy, what beautiful weather. We'll make it over in 35 minutes.
See here, I'm not so sure I want to go in a plane.
Oh, it's fun. You'll love it.
I'm kind of scared.
With me at the controls?
Well, it's not that, Mac. It's just that, well, I don't like flying. Couldn't I drive over in the car?
Hi there, nice day.
Hi there. Hello.
Come on, baby, time to go.
I could be there by the time the game starts.
Well, if that's what you want. You girls want to hop over the hill with me?
And it's the game?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go. Mac, you think I should? May we get in now?
I'll tell you when. Just hold on.
Going over the game?
Yeah.
Be there.
Good enough.
Mac, I think I might. It looks like fun.
That's the girl. I knew you were no sissy. In? Good enough. Come on, I'll fix you up. Hey, Joe, I've got a couple of pretty girls here who want to go to the game.
Sure, send them on over.
Thanks very much.
Good
Thanks a
enough. See you
lot.
at the game.
This girl seems to like Mac's way of doing things. It's strong, decisive. But many girls would feel pushed around by such treatment. Mac, one might guess, is going to be boss whether he's at the office or at home. If you don't like bosses, he's the kind of person to avoid. You can't have his strength without the rest of him. Hello, we seem to have been here before. No, it's a girl this time. She doesn't seem to like the situation at all.
Stupid. What am I going to do now? Didn't you tell the man at the garage to fix it? I can't hear you.
I said no, you wanted me to.
I told the man at the garage 100 times to always check the gas before I take it out.
But you didn't tell me.
The bellboy parked the car for me last night. Why didn't he think of it? Well, don't you think you ought to do something? You just sit there.
Everyone's fault but hers. Is she really so helpless, or is it her way of doing things? And how does the boyfriend react to such behavior?
Let's look at the blouses.
Saw a blouse the other day I thought would look good on you.
Really? What was it like?
Oh, white and...
George, when will you learn that I don't wear white?
That one's nice, I think.
Yes, isn't it? It's beautiful. I like the cut. You do have good taste.
But it's white.
Not exactly white. It's more of an off-white. Besides, it's silk, and I like silk so much.
Some fellows like the challenge of pleasing people who seem hard to please. Girls like Irene usually find them.
Oh, George, you're so thoughtful. What is it? Oh, it's that blouse. Oh, darling, what a surprise. I must try it on. George, this isn't my size. I couldn't possibly wear this.
Try it.
Why don't you take me with you when you're going to buy something?
Why don't you try it on?
It's ridiculous. I couldn't even get it on.
We'll try it at least.
George has perseverance. Most of us would have given up a long time ago. But then we have the advantage of not being in love.
George, it does fit. That's funny. Last week, size 12 wouldn't have fit me. I must have lost weight. Oh, I'm so happy I lost weight.
You look good.
Every woman could if she had my willpower.
George seems to have a little willpower himself and a pretty girl to boot. And if he doesn't mind having to cope with Irene's personality, she's a good girl for him. After all, it takes all kinds. Running out of gas might be a moment of tension to some of us. To others, it could be a moment of torture.
Oh, my gosh.
What happened?
Look at that.
We're just out of gas. You really gave me a scare.
Oh, this is terrible. I should have checked the gas before I left.
Take it easy, Tommy.
I don't know how this could have happened. The tank was full just before we started.
It doesn't matter if we're delayed. I'm in no hurry.
I should have checked the mileage. I don't know how a thing like this could have happened.
Tom's friend is a great one for direct action, and so he shook himself and moved. He's that kind. But Tom is the kind of fellow who has to worry before he acts.
Well, look, let's try and stop a car.
Oh, my God, you're right. I should have stopped the one that just passed. Now it's gone.
There'll be other cars. Take it easy. Here, have a cigarette. Here comes one now.
Thank you. Well, here's the gas.
Charles, you're wonderful. How did you do it? Now, why couldn't I have thought of that myself?
You see, all you gotta do is to take it easy and everything comes out all right.
Poor Tom. But how does a girl react to such helplessness? If she's one kind of girl, her maternal feelings may be touched. Tom always means so well. But if she's another kind of girl,
Maybe we should take a bus uptown and get a bite to eat there. You were bored with the play. I knew it. I should have taken you to the movie.
I wasn't bored, just a little tired, I guess.
I shouldn't have taken you out then. But I'm such a nigotist. I should have known that you wouldn't want to go out in the middle of the week. Maybe we shouldn't go and eat. But you haven't had any dinner.
Oh, Tom, will you make up your mind? I'm too tired to say
I'm
anything.
sorry. I'm boring you with my talk. I should take you home. Perhaps we could get a bite to eat on the way.
Thanks.
Would you like that?
Here's my bus.
the lady wanted a man, not a mouse. Especially not such a kind, considerate mouse. We're back here at our old stand again. Will it be a boy or a girl? By now it's getting pretty obvious that we can't guess reaction according to sex. Weaker indeed.
Look, we're out of gas.
Oh, now I'll have to walk to the next gas station.
Oh, no, it's lovely. Let's have our picnic lunch right here.
How are we going to get out of here?
Oh, that's simple. I'll show you. Now, first open the hood for me. Thank you. Now, hand me your lipstick. Thanks.
A moment of tension? Well, you wouldn't know it from Lily's reaction. If this is trouble, Lily seems to thrive on it. Her friends say that when Lily gets into hot water, she simply takes a bath. Fighters call it rolling with a punch.
You get the blanket and let's go, over there.
Okay,
Get the radio, too, and we'll have some music.
good idea.
Might as well do it right. Perfect picture of a lady in distress, but it's a lady who knows something about human nature, and who doesn't think worrying is fun. Remember? This started out as a moment of tension. How Lily suffers. Some boys might appreciate Lily's ingenuity and resourcefulness, but there are all kinds of boys. Some are like Bill.
Found a great place to go swimming after lunch, dear.
That's swell.
How's the fire coming along?
Oh, it's, coming along all right.
Coming along all right. Gee whiz, you hardly even got it burning. It's amazing how inefficient women are.
Why don't you show me how to do it?
Glad to. See, the fire's got to have a little bit of air. Don't seem to have enough wood on it. Besides, you put the wood on it, got to get down and, all the fresh wood, you got to get down and blow on it. Like that. Egad, you're gonna cut your finger off. That ought to be a law against women handling tools. All you have to do is put the point over the rim of the can like this. It's very simple. And just twist.
Am I a scatterbrain, just like all women? I completely forgot to tell you that I have to go home right after lunch.
Oh, what about our swim this afternoon?
This isn't exactly what Bill planned for. Girls, all alike. You wonder sometimes why fellas like Bill don't leave them alone.
You're so much nicer than most girls I know. For instance, other women just can't take the truth. But isn't it a fact that women just aren't as practical as men?
In some respects, yes. Like driving on a crowded road. It makes me terribly jittery. But I'm sure that you, as a man...
Oh, I'll be glad to take over.
It's wonderful how some of us can dig holes for ourselves and think we're having a good time when we fall into them. What a man is Bill.
I didn't mean to say that women are inferior to men, but...
You know, Bill, I trust you when you're driving so much I feel I can just close my eyes and go to sleep.
Go right ahead. That really makes me feel good.
Lily is the kind of girl who can manage very well, thank you. If you're looking for a girl who will cling and faint, Lily is poison. But if you can respect a girl for her intelligence and strength, Lily is, very respectable. Tension is a feeling. There are different ways of reacting to it. Some people will get anxious or get frightened or start fighting, while still others, like Gerald here at the wheel,
Just a minute. I know what it is.
Gerald's reaction to tension is to act, and not to talk or pull at his hair. He knows he must have a clogged fuel line.
Oh, I wonder what's happened now.
I know what it is. He's out of gas. Gerald, you have no gas.
Gosh, I'm going to miss my airplane. Gerald, you're out of gas, and I've got to get to the airport on time. Oh, I'll take care of myself.
But Joe is a man of action, too. And pretty tense at this point.
Hey, wait a minute.
Sorry to put a scare on you, Joe. That gauge broke down on me only yesterday.
The strong, silent man. But sometimes women like them like that. Especially when it is... They're not apt to argue.
Jerry, listen. Robbie just called. They're not going fishing. They're going to the beach instead. What do you think? Shouldn't we go with them? The weather really is beach weather. There won't be many more days like this, and then we haven't been to the beach much this year. Then I forgot. You don't like the beach, do you?
Jerry is sitting this out.
And I don't know that I want to be with Robbie all weekend. She's so talkative. I guess we might as well go where we wanted to. It'll be nice and quiet in the mountains. Oh, but then we haven't made any reservations, and it might be a little crowded with this kind of weather.
Just let her work it out, he thinks. She's doing fine.
Oh, no, that's no good. Next weekend's a holiday, I forgot. Then I'm sure they won't be crowded this weekend. Oh, and you did so want to go fishing, didn't you? Let's go fishing. We'll find a room. I'm glad you decided to go fishing, dear. I'll get ready. It won't take me long.
All right, dear. Gerald won that argument without ever entering the debate or getting angry or even seriously worrying about his fishing plans. He's that kind of a man. Some of these couples are going to find happiness together, not perfection, but a relatively happy life. Those are the couples who know something about each other now and know themselves fairly well. It's not no find a person exactly like yourself, but it is important to accept the other person as he or she really is, as he or she looks to the outside world. By the time people are ready for marriage, they're grown up. They have a definite personality, definite values, definite ways of behaving. They're not likely to change just because someone else wants to reform them. That's the way they are. Remember, it takes all kinds, and you have the right to choose among them. When you marry, you must live with a person, not a dream.
So as you can tell, I'm suffering from still from a cold, and I have bronchitis, which is why my voice is almost gone. So thank you for the well-wishing. Anyways, this last film is Health Fraud. Wait, what's the exact title again? It's Health Fraud Racket. And this basically is, I feel like this was made in the late 60s, early 70s by the FDA, And it's trying to warn people about the common quacks and people peddling fake nutritional supplements and making claims that you might recognize. It's been the same claims for more than 100 years. And certainly, that one weird trick that one doctor recommends, or doctors hate this one thing that you can eat to do blah, blah, blah. All those clickbaity things are all the same. It's all the same stuff. They're all trying to sell you things that really aren't proven to help you. And so this film is trying to educate the public about that. So enjoy.
Just come in a little closer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want you to know, my friend, that this is the very latest discovery of science. Absolutely guaranteed to cure rheumatism and fallen arches, stomach cramps, shortness of breath, and warts. Rub it on the fingers, and it keeps children from biting their fingernails.
Will it help spots in front of the eye?
Indeed it will, madam. Indeed it will. One spoonful for little spots, two for bigger ones. Now, come on, step right in, ladies and gentlemen.
The pitchman, with his snake oil, positively guaranteed to cure all the ills of mankind. As familiar a sight in an America that has vanished as the Tin Lizzie or the Straw Boater. But the bunkum artist did not disappear with the Tin Lizzie. He is still around today, although he looks and sounds very different.
And you think it will take care of this dizziness? It comes and goes.
95% of those who have suffered from dizziness have found fast relief with this product. This secret formula.
And he is still selling the same old snake oil. It, too, is more professionally packaged. It might be a product in a fancy box or bottle, or a fake but impressive-looking machine which claims to do miraculous things to the human body. But it's still the same old snake oil. Today, more than ever, you and I are all too often taken by the con man and his products and devices, with promises to cure all the ills that trouble us.
It's come out.
I need something to take care of the stiffness in this hand.
They want to operate. But if there is anything that will dissolve this lump instead, huh?
If I take this, will I lose weight?
You say this will supply a special nutrient to tone up sagging face muscles?
And will it also cure this nagging backache of mine and help my kidney trouble?
You see, these heart palpitations will really disappear?
I've got the answer right here, ladies and gentlemen, to everything that ails you. Now, step right up. Will you come in closer, please? Now, I have here testimonials from people who have been cured. I said cured of backache, nervousness,
cancer, lost manhood, any number of diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't ask you to take my word for it. I've got the answer right.
But it's still the same old snake oil. I've got a hangnail, chronic bursitis, and a nervous tic. I suppose this is science's answer for all of them.
Friend, this has a secret ingredient which will absolutely relieve every single symptom of hangnail, bursitis, tic, all the ancient diseases that have plagued mankind.
The cruel practice of making money on people's worries, fears, and hopes for health has been known throughout the years as quackery. The word comes from the old Dutch quacksalver, one who quacks like a duck about his salves and remedies. Time has made a few changes, but quackery today is still essentially built on misinformation, distortion, mental suggestion, faddism, and half-truths about health and well-being. And it is still spread in an atmosphere of ignorance, fear, and superstition, wherever people have reason to worry about their health or good looks. When the social historians write the story of our times, they will surely record the fact that midway through the 20th century, Americans became concerned with their waistlines.
Good gracious.
And their weight. And with good reason. Excess weight can be a serious health problem. And so quackery, in one of its modern guises, is part of this story, too. A big part.
Sure you won't have one? Delicious.
No, I'm afraid I can't. It's not on my diet.
That's old-fashioned. You don't have to worry about diets if you take these pills. They rearrange the calories.
Quackery today, in one of its many forms, floods the market with hundreds of products which claim a magic ability to do some such ridiculous thing as rearrange calories, or melt away fat, or inhibit weight. All of them are worthless. It's true that there are certain legitimate products which can help curb the appetite, but these medicines are safe only when prescribed and taken under a doctor's supervision. Here's the basic truth about overweight. Nothing yet has been discovered that takes the place of sensible dieting. It's the only sure, safe way to control weight. For in spite of rumors or claims to the contrary, calories do count. Other forms of quackery lure victims in other ways. Fake devices, for example, which are supposed to eliminate the accumulated deposits of a full, rich life. And this kind of swindle, which operates on human vanity, potions and creams that promise to erase the telltale marks of age and restore what time has taken away. The benefits of cosmetics, of course, have been reaped by both men and women for countless centuries, just as the rewards of sensible exercise have also been recognized. But quackery strikes well beyond these legitimate purposes by making claims that can never be fulfilled. Here are the sober facts on the aging process. Man has not yet discovered the legendary fountain of youth. No product, no device yet developed can grow hair on a bald head, or erase the furrows of age, or restore the fresh beauty and vigor of youth. Any promises to perform these miracles, however tempting they sound, are false. Medical and nutritional quackery, too, is big business today. It robs the American people of hundreds of millions of dollars each year. What is it? Nothing but old-fashioned quackery in modern dress. But the phony practitioner is not as visible as he used to be. And when we do see him, he's no longer a county fair medicine man. Today's peddlers of hokum get around in many different disguises. For example, you could encounter one at your front door any day. Many Americans have.
Good afternoon, madam. I represent the Nutritional and Biological Health Institute. Your name has been suggested to us as one of the intelligent, far-sighted members of your community interested in being informed about science's latest discovery in the field of dietary arrangement. I've brought with me lots of material this afternoon that I'd like you to take a look at.
Door-to-door peddling is one way of selling good, honest products. But this method is also used by phony promoters of health frauds and swindles.
A treatise written by Dr. Goodfellow.
The lecture hall is another favorite stomping ground for a different kind of con man, the food quack.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great pleasure.
He operates by implying there's something wrong with America's food, by arousing fear and suspicion about our regular daily food supply.
The constant depletion of our soil, year by year, is taking away more and more of the nourishing natural elements nature puts into food. And what isn't destroyed that way certainly is by fertilizers, pesticides, and chemicals. What do we buy at the market? Food stripped of nature's vitamins, food contaminated with chemicals.
And not only that, modern methods of cooking and overprocessing, he claims, destroy the nutritional value of food. And we all wind up with aches, pains, that tired feeling, and what the bunkum artist calls subclinical deficiency diseases. But don't despair. The book will save us. Very often, the book is clever, convincing. It may extol the superior virtues of blackstrap molasses, or royal jelly, or honey and vinegar, or whatever. And the promoter, of course, just happens to have a supply of the product with him, along with the book or magazine. True, the products themselves may not be dangerous, but worthless products can harm the sick by causing delay in getting proper treatment. But whatever the food fad happens to be, the idea behind these phony promotions is one and indivisible: to take money out of your pocket and transfer it to the pocket of the promoter. Here are the facts about food. Americans today are better off nutritionally than any people in the history of man. The laws of the land protect our food supply against any harmful residues or pesticides, preservatives, or other additives. The food at our corner groceries and supermarkets, in our restaurants, and in our homes contain all the vitamins, minerals, and quality factors needed for good nutrition. Natural nutritional quality is not only protected, but sometimes even improved by modern processing methods and standards. Here's still another angle to health frauds and swindles. The oldest and most dangerous game of all: the cure-all drug. This form hides in the shadows and fringes of medical science and thrives on misleading promises to cure serious illness and disease. The old-time medicine man could sell his snake oil by positively guaranteeing it would cure any and every disease known to man and beast. But the beginning of the end came for all that with the passage of the first pure food and drug laws back in 1906. Over the years, these laws have become tighter and stronger. Today, all new drugs must be proved safe and effective before they can be marketed. In other words, the medicine must be safe and must do what's claimed for it. But there are always the handful that operate outside the law. A few misguided promoters peddle cures for incurable diseases. Some of them honestly believe in the useless medication. More, however, are bunkum artists without pity or conscience, willing to risk the lives of fellow human beings to line their own pockets. Fortunately, this form of quackery in medicine is gradually being eliminated by our food and drug laws. But there's still another form, equally dangerous and far more difficult to control. Phony machines and devices which are supposed to diagnose and treat disease. Unlike new drugs, therapeutic devices do not have to be proved either safe or effective before they are sold or used. And so medical device quackery continues to thrive, to feed off human weaknesses, to capitalize on genuine scientific advances. There are, of course, many valuable medical devices today which truly work medical miracles, like this heart-lung machine. People understandably have faith in them and the wonders they perform. But there are many fake devices, equally impressive looking to the untrained eye. It's easy for anyone but an expert to be fooled by a machine like this, especially when the practitioner puts up an impressive medical front.
I'll be doing the reading. Now, may I have your hand palm up, please? Now, you won't feel anything. You won't feel the current going through at all. There will be current running through from here to this, through the machine, and there. That way we will get the readings, but you won't feel it. Now, if you just hold your chin up.
Doctor, how long is this going to take?
Well, I'm afraid the readings are not favorable. The findings show a high cellular waste exchange rate in the abdominal region.
And does that mean cancer?
Well, I'm going to have to take a few more readings to confirm the diagnosis.
Quackery flourishes in an atmosphere of pain, the threat of serious illness, fear, terrible anxiety. In desperation, almost all of us tend to grasp at straws, at anything, no matter how ridiculous the device or the claims made for it.
Frankly, it doesn't look too good. Yes, let's face it. It looks very much like cancer. Don't worry. There's still hope. There's hope. 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 There's hope. 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 Science, fortunately, has given us the equipment to fight and defeat this disease. This machine, which diagnosed your ailment, is one of science's greatest marvels. It not only measures the electrical currents in the body, it also can influence them. And cancer, too, you know, is a matter of electrical current. That is why this machine has been so highly effective in treating many forms of cancer without surgery or x-rays, particularly the kind you have. So just relax. Don't worry. We'll lick this.
Here is the brutal core of the charlatan's crime. The machine which diagnosed and is now going to treat this man is a total and complete fake. He's being sold a false hope. Because of this, if he really is suffering from a serious illness, he's being deprived of his one chance to live, immediate medical attention, and precious time is slipping by.
George, please. You've wasted 2 months. You must see Dr. Thompson now. Today. He wanted you to come to the hospital weeks ago.
I don't have to see Dr. Thompson. He's going to give me the same old answer. Oh, we can't be sure. We need more tests. An exploratory operation. I've heard all of that before. Besides, I've got the real answer now. And from a machine that can diagnose without surgery. And let me tell you one other thing. That machine is going to cure me.
That machine. We don't know anything about that machine.
Maybe you don't, but I do. And don't forget, a lot of very important people have spoken out in favor of it.
People, yes, but no medical experts. We have to have the best advice medical science can give us.
Medical doctors. You know them. What have they got against it? They use some pretty complicated gadgets themselves. When I was in Dr. Thompson's office for my checkup, He wired me and strapped me to a machine that was pretty wide.
Oh, George, stop lying to yourself. You know darn well that that was for an electrocardiogram. Now, that machine has been around a long time in every doctor's office for heart checkups and things. You must know there's a difference. Please, let's talk it over with Dr. Thompson.
Yes, clear-headedness and reason have vanished. The machine and the quack have erased George's fears and answered his silent prayers. The crooked devices and the phony operators vary, but the trap is always baited the same way. Quick diagnosis, hope of complete cure, happy ending. Not all device quackery takes place in an impressive office with an impressive practitioner to set the scene.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Who is it?
Package for you.
Just a moment.
Mrs. Schmalendorf?
Yes? Thank you. One moment.
Package for you, Mrs. Schmalendorf. Pretty heavy, better be careful.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Came at last.
What came?
You see. You see. My magnetic ray belt.
Your what?
My magnetic ray belt. To take care of my arthritis.
You pay good money for that?
Going to be worth every penny. I just know it is. The article I read said it would help for sure. And I need help. You know I do.
There is no device, no treatment, no drug which can truthfully be called a cure for arthritis. But that means nothing to the health fraud peddler. His objective is simple: to make sufferers think that a cure exists and to make them pay for it. And they do pay heavily for a few hours, a few days, a few months of hope, and then bitter disillusionment.
Well, we've tried about everything. Let's hope this will work.
Across the length and breadth of this land, quackery fattens on the worries, suffering, and hopes of human beings in trouble. How can we protect ourselves against quackery? How can we recognize it? How can we, its victims, tell the phony from the real? Know what is false and what is valid? Well, first of all,
My dear, it's the most marvelous system for drying up ulcers. I heard about it from my sister, and she had it straight from a friend who was absolutely cured of a horrible...
when you hear something like this, close your ears. Quackery, unfortunately, has a great many helpers, and among them are well-intentioned people who give word-of-mouth testimonials. For that matter, endorsements or testimonials from patients themselves are always questionable in matters of health and medicine. If the product is promoted with such testimonials, be on guard. And remember that a statement is not necessarily true just because you read it somewhere. There are some other simple rules to keep in mind, too.
This secret product is so new, ladies and gentlemen, that the formula is known to only a very few.
The word secret is a danger signal. If this claim is made for a health product or device, you can be pretty sure it's a phony.
Explain everything there is to know about the chemical. This product is effective for many conditions and diseases because scientifically it all depends.
You can be pretty sure it's worthless, too, if this kind of claim is made, that it will treat or cure a wide variety of ailments, especially the diseases for which medical science still has found no answer.
Female corpuscles are together. Well, of course, the medical doctors won't have anything good to say about my technique. They're a closed corporation. I can't tell you.
Does the man with the product or device claim that he's being persecuted by the medical profession, which opposes him out of blindness or stupidity or stubbornness? If so, watch out. This is one of the surest signs that quackery is at work.
And shipped down by bus because the post...
Perhaps the most important thing of all to remember is this. Your family doctor is your closest ally in matters relating to your health and well-being. If he doesn't have the answer himself, he'll send you to a specialist. Other federal agencies, as well as the Food and Drug Administration, are deeply involved in combating the quackery problem. The Justice Department, for example, brings court action on recommendations of FDA for seizing fake products like this and removing them from the market. The department also prosecutes phony promoters of health and medical frauds and brings them to justice. The Department of the Post Office ferrets out mail frauds, like this one. But in order to set legal wheels turning, there must be victims who are willing to register complaints and testify in court. It's often difficult to locate these witnesses. Personal pride and shattered vanity hold them back. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, is responsible in the medical field for preventing false and misleading advertising in newspapers, magazines, radio and television commercials, and so on. In a case like this, the FTC can take action to stop the false claims. State and local licensing and law enforcement agencies also fight quackery. Not only worthless products, but fake practitioners as well. But the combined efforts of all of these government agencies and Congress and the American Medical Association and the voluntary health agencies, science and law working together to protect you, still aren't enough. You must join the battle by protecting yourself and your family from health frauds. When you're in trouble, that's not always easy. But in the end, being victimized can be far worse. It can mean not only your money, but your life.
That was great. Yeah. I mean, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I think the message is still very clear. It's really not about your health. I mean, your health concerns are always the same, but their concerns are the same as well, which is to make money and to capitalize on the doubts that you feel about modern medicine and modern nutrition and all that. So it's great to see films like this. So we'll be back again tomorrow on Tuesday, and everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.